Georgia, Tennessee. I mean, Carson Beck. Holy moly. I mean, he was unbelievable this game. But you know what I think the difference was in this game? One, you had Trevor Etienne out, and you had Branson Robinson out as well, and you still stuck throwing the football with Nate Frazier. That's his name, right? Nate Frazier?
Nate Frazier. It wasn't super efficient. No,
No, it
3.6 yards
wasn't.
per carry,
But they
but it
stuck
was
with it.
enough. It was enough.
And then on the other
And
side of that
Beck
is
gave you some too on the ground. Sorry, not to
yeah, he
interrupt
did.
you.
He did. But I mean, you can't count on that, right? In the future. But the what I liked though, the wide receivers have been inconsistent. Some of them made big plays. What I like here, we previewed in the season that Georgia has the best tight end room in the country, and it's not even close, right? They have three guys that are unbelievable. But where's Benjamin Urasek been all year? Well, I'll tell you where he is now. I mean, he's here to play. Oscar Delp, Benjamin Urasek, and Lucky combined for 10 receptions, 123 yards, and two touchdowns. If you're getting that kind of, production and you're using your mismatches that you have at the tight end position, because it is a surplus, I'll tell you that, it is going to open up things so much more for you. And Carson Beck can throw the ball in the middle of the field. He does a good job doing that. He's a very tall quarterback. He can get the ball in the middle of the field and take advantage of some of those mismatches that you have. And, right now, Georgia still, I don't know that they control their own destiny when it comes to the SEC. I'd have to look at all that stuff. I do know that like some things can happen where they can easily get in, if they win out, right? Actually, I think their conference schedule is done for the year, so it is what it is for them. I think they're just going to be at 6-2, so they don't have to worry about losing another game. They just kind of got to sit back and watch what other teams do to finish the year. And yeah, credit to Georgia, dude. Credit to Carson Beck getting his head on right against a very good defense. I don't think they let up a single sack, so credit that offensive line for getting their heads together. No turnovers, and over 450 total yards of offense.
Yeah, I think a lot was made too. I think last week of explosive pass plays for Georgia, and this week you saw a ton of different players getting involved. You saw a ton of different schemes. I thought quick passing. I mean, the OC who's blanking me right now deserves a ton of credit for Georgia, and Mike Bobo. I know he got a lot of hate early in the season, but this one was huge, and it was good to see Carson Beck. Like, no, it wasn't perfect, right? You still didn't run the ball super efficiently, which is I think concerning, obviously. But if you're going to get this kind of production and this kind of not turnovers and explosive plays and shot plays or different complementary football that they finally played in this game, first game all season, to be honest, that you've seen complementary football with Georgia. That's big. That is big. This is a Georgia team that can win the college football playoffs. Now, do I trust them to continue that? Are they going to continue that? I think against better football teams. I think Tennessee was, you know, one of the more overrated football teams in college football. Nico was not perfect. Dylan Sampson's a really good football player. It stinks that they have not been able to find it, consistently, through the air and kind of complement that running game. But yeah, like you said with Georgia, we know that defense is good. 5 sacks. They got after Nico. They really did. And it's impressive because he's a good athlete. But like you said, the other side, the offensive line for Georgia, no sacks. It was huge. It was huge. And Carson Beck, we've seen one when he gets in trouble too. Pressure up the middle, pressure off the edge. And he puts balls in bad spots because he feel like he's rushing to it or it gets tipped or the throw's affected. It's not enough velocity on it. But it was a clean pocket for a lot of the football game. And then when it wasn't, he also ran and extended plays. And he's a good athlete, and he can do that. So for Georgia, this is a big win at home. I know Tennessee fans would love to get that. We'll see how far they drop in the playoff, rankings. I, for one, to be honest, don't feel like they deserve a shot. I know they beat Alabama, but again, that game was kind of handed to them, and not many other quality wins other than Florida. It's probably your best win outside of Alabama. So it's been a while since we've seen good football being played from Tennessee, and I think that's definitely frustrating because there were high expectations for this year. There was an opportunity, but you're probably still going to get to just about 10 wins, and 10-2 in the SEC. in a lot of years will probably get you in the playoffs. But with this year and all the 10-2 teams that are probably going to be there, it could be frustrating, I think, to say the least.